In February 2009, the decision was made to proceed with the development of a large-scale photovoltaic power plant at Aerojet's Sacramento facility. The power generated from the sun would help to offset the cost of powering both its operations and its water remediation programs at the site. After a 5-month request for proposal process, Solar Power Inc. was selected as the company to design, engineer, and construct the power plant.
We've decided to proceed on this project because our business consumes significant amounts of energy during the development and manufacturing of our products. We're constantly looking for ways to reduce that energy consumption as well as reduce our environmental footprint. This project, to us, is a project that hits both issues and helps us address those quite nicely.
Solar Power Inc. teams began construction of the initial 3.6 megawatt system at the Aerojet site in June of 2009. With careful planning, a thoughtful approach to construction employed minimally invasive techniques to prepare the land for installation. A Superfund site, the EPA would provide oversight during construction. Solar Power Inc.'s objective was to leave the land virtually untouched by the process, but graced with a world-class solar power plant.
We formed Solar Power Inc. with a group of really talented industry expert individuals looking for a project just like Aerojet so that we could show off our talents. When we built the company, we started our company as a vertically integrated company with a specific model in mind. And Aerojet was the perfect platform for us to really to utilize the talents of our team.
Carefully transforming Aerojet's bucolic terrain into an environmental asset required special care and innovative techniques. Rather than using traditional excavation methods and concrete to set piers, specially adapted equipment utilizing downward pressure and high-frequency vibration pressed piers into place, resulting in minimal disruption to the soils and natural landscape. With progress rapidly gaining momentum, the initial 3.6 megawatt installation began to take shape and was quickly becoming a significant part of the landscape. In September of 2009, California Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger selected the site to provide a backdrop to a renewable energy press conference and the signing of his executive order calling for California to derive 33% of its energy from renewable resources by the year 2020.
California companies hold about 40% of the nation's new patents in solar and in wind technology. And the amount of solar installed in California last year was double the amount from the previous year. And the way it's going right now, it will be double the amount of the previous year the next year. So the day I'm signing an executive order to direct the Air Resources Board to adopt the 33% mandate administratively.
As construction on Phase 1 reached its final stage, discussions were underway on a second phase of the project, which would significantly increase the overall size, energy generation capabilities, and environmental benefits of the power plant. In June 2009, the 3.6 megawatt Phase 1 solar power plant was completed, and a dedication ceremony with business and policy leaders from the Sacramento region, the state of California, and our nation's capital gathered to celebrate the completion of the state's largest single-site industrial solar power plant.
On behalf of the over 3,000 Aerojet and GenCorp employees, I want to thank you for coming and welcome you all to the christening of what is the largest non-utility solar-powered electrical generating facility for private industry in the United States. My name is Ron Samborski, and I'm Vice President of Renewable Energy and Sustainability for Aerojet, and I'll be your host for today's event.
Your efforts to create one of the largest industrial solar sites in the nation has once again proven that California is a leader in climate change and renewable energy. This project will serve as an example to other states on how to harness our natural resources to create green jobs and sustainable energy. On behalf of the governor, I commend all of you for this great public-private partnership, and keep up the good work. Thank you.
My thanks to everyone for coming here today, and I especially want to thank Aerojet and the Solar Power Inc. teams that are responsible for this array that covers more than 20 acres behind me. I can't tell you how exciting it is to be part of the solution to one of the most important global challenges to impact society in our lifetimes. With every large-scale project that we execute, Solar Power Inc. taps into our local communities to create teams that include professional advisors, subcontractors, and individuals skilled in a variety of trades. Projects like this one begin to contribute to local economies at their very inception. To have this system here in our own community is especially rewarding. I speak for the entire Solar Power team regarding the pride that we all feel about the success of this project. Like Aerojet, we too are very good at what we do. So again, thanks to all of you for taking the time to be here. This is an exciting day for Aerojet, it's an exciting day for SMUD, and it's a very exciting day for Solar Power Inc. Thank you.
At the ceremony, a marker at the site was unveiled where it sits today on a vista overlooking the array.
Thank you very much, and I invite you all to come up and have a closer look later on.
With the 3.6 megawatt installation complete and construction of Phase 2 underway, the 20-acre installation was poised to become a 40-acre site where thousands of Solar Power Inc.'s high-performance solar panels would provide even more power for Aerojet Sacramento operations and become one of the region's greatest environmental assets.
A key element of this project has been the public-private partnership we've put together with Solar Power Inc. as well as our local utility, SMUD. That partnership has actually been quite effective in helping us resolve technical issues and implement the project successfully. And as we've worked together, we've been very pleased to learn that we are now identifying new opportunities to innovate going forward, and we're certain that new partnerships are going to spring from that, and all three partners in this project will ultimately benefit.
The complexities of building an installation like the Aerojet solar power plant are significant. The engineering challenges require mastery of structural, electrical, and environmental engineering. The economic challenges are just as significant, requiring operational and financial controls throughout planning and construction to ensure the goals of the system are met.
When we looked at Aerojet, we have to start from the top and move backwards in terms of what the economics are, what an investor looks for in his returns to their portfolio, and make a determination whether we can build that project profitably, both for our company, for the investor, and bring the economic benefits to a company like Aerojet. That's the importance of vertical integration when you look at a development project. It's what our business model has been built on, and we really feel very proud of the fact that we were able to win that piece of business, and we're now proving out the business model.
In 2010, the EPA produced a case study on the Aerojet project that was spawned from a roundtable event held in Los Angeles, California in January of that year. The EPA organized the event around the Aerojet project's success to discuss how they could work with renewable energy stakeholders to accelerate turning more than 15 million acres of brownfield locations across the country into similar success stories.
The Aerojet sustainability program has actually been ongoing for several years now, and the nature of the manufacturing work we do and the materials that we use require that we pay particular attention to the impact of our manufacturing work to our environment. This project is particularly significant in that regard because it's not only going to allow us to reduce our energy consumption and lower our carbon emissions, but it's going to allow us to do it at peak load periods, which means that our community stakeholders are going to benefit as well as ourselves.
In November 2009, construction of the second phase of the Aerojet system was completed. At the time of its commissioning, the 6-megawatt Aerojet system was the largest single-site industrial installation in California and among the largest in the United States. It is powering Aerojet's water remediation program as well as its extensive Sacramento, California operations. It is also the single most significant asset in the company's sustainability program, which serves as a model for many of the constituents that make up Aerojet's value chain.
The outlook for the solar industry couldn't be brighter. It's an industry that is just now coming into its own. There's real players in this industry. There's a real demand and need for renewable energy, not just in our country, but around the world. And that comes both from energy independence on fossil fuels, coupled with global warming and climate change, and producing power at the right cost. We can't have and shouldn't strive to have increased costs because of renewable. We should strive to drive down the costs of renewable deployment so that our costs are competitive and we don't drive those prices up. Our technology that we employ as a vertically integrated company with multicrystalline silicon is, I think, the right place in the industry. It's the right technology, and it's very clear to me that we will be able to continue to drive costs out of this, out of the business, so that we can deploy more solar farms all across the country at more and more competitive prices. It's a great time to be in this business. I couldn't be more excited.
Today, the 6-megawatt Aerojet power plant is silently harvesting the sun's energy, from morning's first light until the last rays of the sun fall beyond the western horizon. In a single day, the power plant produces an average of 30,505 kilowatt hours, enough to power roughly 1,100 homes for 1 year. And in its first year, the plant will offset from the environment 6,884 metric tons of carbon dioxide, more than 27 metric tons of sulfur oxide, and more than 10 metric tons of nitrogen oxide. In 1 year of operation, the cumulative environmental benefits of the Aerojet power plant will be the equivalent of planting more than 1,700,000 trees.